Hello everybody! Today I'm going to teach you a new game that will give you some more practice with finding the area of rectangles that we've started this week. So here are the directions. You're going to play something called Raging Rectangles. You're going to go into add response, of course, and you'll get your game board. Now, if I remembered, I gave you a paper version that you can use to play. That's perfectly fine. I find it easier to play on paper myself. And then you can just take a picture of your completed game board. If I forgot to give it to you, or if you're virtual and you weren't in school, you can still do it on the virtual version. So what you're going to want to do is make sure you have dice. You can either use the dice or use the virtual dice that I've linked to. And you're going to take turns rolling the die twice. Okay, so I've got my die here ready to go. I'm going to roll them twice. I got a 5 and a 4. So as the first person, I'm going to get my pink, and I'm going to actually use a pencil rather than the marker because I need to have it specific. And I got a 5 and a 4, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick anywhere on this game board to make a 5 by 4 rectangle. Remember, that means I'm going to have either 5 rows and 4 columns or 4 rows and 5 columns. So I could do it right in the middle if I really wanted to. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and make a rectangle like that. I could go over here to the top and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter. Do you see how I did the first one here going sort of horizontally? It's a little longer horizontally. This one I made more longer vertically. You can turn it whichever way you want as long as it's a 5 by 4 and you can place it wherever you want. The goal is to fill up as much of the game board as possible and to have the biggest rectangles. So if I put it in the middle, I'm making less room for other rectangles around it, whereas if I choose to put it in the corner, I'm giving myself some more space and my partner more space to work with. So I'll stick with the one in the corner just for now. And I've drawn a 5 by 4 array. So what I'm going to do is inside, I'm going to, and if you want to, I like to color it in. That is part of the directions. And then you can see that it's been used. And then I'm going to write, and I'm just going to do it in black so it shows up 5 times 4, because this is a 5 by 4, not a 4 by 5. And then I'm going to count my squares. Now, remember, you don't want to have to count all those individually. Think about how can you solve 5 times 4 efficiently. I know I can count by 5s really fast, 5, 10, 15, 20. So I know that the area of this rectangle is 20 square units. Okay? And for now, I'm not going to make you write square units because it's really hard to put that on there. So if you write just 5 times 4 equals 20, I'll be happy with that. Then your partner goes back to my dice here. Roll it twice. 4 and 5. Okay, my partner gets the same thing. They're going to go somewhere else. Let's see. I'm going to have them be blue. And maybe they want to go kind of kitty corner to me. Let's do that. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my partner's rectangle. And I'm going to color it in. Notice this time I did a 4 by 5 rather than a 5 by 4, and that's okay. But I'm going to make sure I write it properly because I have 4 rows. I'm going to start with my 4 this time, and I'm going to write 4 times 5 equals 20. I don't even have to solve it because my partner already did that. Okay, pink's turn. Roll 6 and 3. So this time, pink can make a 6 by 3 or a 3 by 6. I think pink is going to try to take up this corner. So pink is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and down 3. And fill it in just like that. And she's going to color it in. And think about it. Is that a 6 by 3 or a 3 by 6? This is a 3 by 6. I have 3 rows of 6. And again, I can count by 3s, I can count by 6s, I can use distributive property. I know 2 6s is 12. So if I add one more 6, that gets me 18. That's 3 6s. So my area of that rectangle is 18. My blue player would go. You will keep going until what you end up having is a bunch of rectangles drawn all over your game board. if at some point, let's just pretend for a moment that all of this is kind of filled in with other rectangles, okay? Let's say we filled those in at some way, somehow, and I roll something like a, I don't know, 4 by 5. If I look around, I can't make a 4 by 5 rectangle anywhere on here because we've used up all the space, okay? So you lose your turn when you can't do that, and then your partner goes. At the point where you get it mostly filled, you will stop, and whoever has the most colored squares wins. So you can end up adding all of your totals in your squares to find out who has the most area covered. Okay? So go ahead and play, have fun, and let me know if you need it.